Hi everybody, hope you're all well. How you doing tonight, everybody? So I just got off for a bit and chilled out and stuff, so yeah. I was feeling a bit drained, so I just had a time out really. But like my energy's back up a bit now, so yeah. Right. So hope you're all well. How are you doing tonight, everybody? So everybody doing okay? Say hello if you're there. Everybody okay? Nobody here yet. Okay, I'll just wait and see who we're getting here then. There's somebody here now. Hello, who have we got? How you doing? Hope you're well tonight, people. Hello, Ivana. How you doing? Nice to meet you. I'm from the UK. Is that Ivana? Yeah, or is it Ivan? I'm not sure. Hello, Laura Kiel. How you doing? Hit that like button. Thank you for the like. Hello, Tom Bedford. Oh, you like that, do you? I was diagnosed with stage 3 diabetes. It's all because of, what the hell? Oh, goodness. Sean Combs. I don't know who that is. I'm from England. I'm not from Scotland. Anyway. Oh, I don't know who that is. Hello, Graham. Welcome back. Hello, Bad Warborough. Okay, what's going on? Oh yeah. I'm from the UK. Where are you? You're from India. Hello, Guts Curse. It's called a mouth harp. Hi, Houseman. Sorry, House Sam. How you doing tonight? If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Thank you. Hello, Flavius. Oh yeah, I'll do the top G thing, innit? What colour is your Bugatti? I've got 30 different Bugattis, all different colours. I have a red one, a yellow one, black, white, blue, of all different colours of Bugattis. Oh yeah, hope you're all well. Okay. Thank you, Flavius. Thank you. Yeah. Nice to meet you all. Welcome in. Hello, Fionn. Yeah. If you want to become an alpha male, you better work hard. I work 25 hours a day, 8 days a week, 367 days a year to become a top G. Hello, MK. What do you mean? Hope you've all had a good day, people. So is it Ivan or Ivana? Hello, Ree. Hello, if you know, you know. Or Vecna. Oh, how you doing? From Hawkins, Indiana. Oh, cool. You've been here before, haven't you? Well, nice to have you here again, anyway. Hit that like button, everybody. Share the live out if you can. That was on point, and about the impression. I also do a great Donald Trump impression as well. It's the greatest. It's so tremendous. What are your thoughts on ice? Hello, Cool TV. How you doing? Hello, Mark. How's it going? Hope you're well tonight. Nice to meet you all. Yeah. Hope you've all had a wonderful day, people. Yeah, it's been a bit miserable and cold, but yeah, it's alright. Oh, thank you. Hello, Mahav is... I am the real Donald Trump. I am the authentic, real version of Donald Trump. The other one is an imposter. Hi, Heaven. Good to see you again. Hello, Young Blood. You don't like Mr. Trump? Question mark. I don't know. I'm not really into any politicians, to be honest. Because to me, politicians are inherently corrupt. Personally, that's just how... I don't know much about ICE. I just find that politicians are corrupt, and I wouldn't support any of them, to be honest. I've never voted in my life. I don't believe in all that stuff, personally. But that's just my opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, so... Oh, thank you, Porky. You look responsible. What do you mean? How you doing, people? Freeman says I was wrong. So what do you mean you're wrong? What about what? What are you saying? Hi, Alison. How you doing? Christopher, how you doing? I'm going to save the world. I'm going to take Greenland and do lots of great things with Greenland. What do you mean, J5 Mobile? Hope you're well tonight. Hi, Liano. What you saying? I've never been in the military now. I guess I look like I'm from the military. Is it because of the green color or something? I don't know. Maybe it just is associated with military, or maybe it's just my kind of look or something that kind of looks a bit military. No, I get that a lot. So yeah. Hope you're all well tonight. If anyone's new here, hit that subscribe button, please. That would be really appreciated. Thank you. Anyway, so yeah, don't really have any topics planned right now, but I try and keep it open, really. You do look like a sassy SAS. Oh, really? Cool TV says no, you don't. Okay. People keep saying I look Russian or Slavic or something like that. I was in the Czech army. Was the same fun? Oh, really? All right. Maybe a carpenter, says Andy Official. I actually did a bit of that sort of stuff at college for a while, but anyway, let's try this Q&A thing. Let's just put this one in there. It's just a random one. So, right. I don't know why it keeps on like doing this thing where I have to keep on trying before it'll move it. A plummet. Yeah, I did bits of construction stuff, but anyway. Hello, Angel D. How you doing? Hope you're well. It's just that's getting in the way a bit. So why is it not letting me drag it away? I don't know. It seems to not let me really do that right now. I don't know what's going on, but it keeps on moving it back to where it's, I don't know. Hello, Sheila. Anyway, I don't know why it's doing this, but it's kind of annoying. Let me just sort this out real quick. Hi, Mick Lloyd. Good to see you. How you doing? How do we sort this out? Does anyone know why it keeps doing this, where it doesn't move? It'll just keep moving it back, but sometimes it'll let me move it. I don't know why it keeps on doing that, where it won't let me move it away, because I don't want it to be like getting there where it's like in my face. It's kind of annoying. I don't know. Does anyone know how to move it? I don't know really. Does anyone know how to do it? Because I don't like that it's in my face like that. I don't know. Seriously, does anyone have any idea what to do with that? Or I might have to just get rid of it then. Because I can't be asked. If it's going to be in my fucking face, then I always talk to myself in my mind only. Okay, Yummers. I don't know really, but it was just not letting me move it. Forget it then, forget it. I can't be asked with it if it's going to be like that. I don't know, it doesn't look like it's going to let me move it. But it seems like when I make them myself, it lets me move them around. It makes me move it up to the top of the screen. I don't want it getting in my face though. Oh well. No, it's just I don't want it to be blocking my face. So, Builder Bob says, you're a handsome guy, mate, where you from? I'm Manchester. Originally Blackburn, but I live in York now. Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Bob the Builder, yes we can. Can't click and hold it and move it around. It didn't let me do it for some reason, I don't know, forget it, I don't think it really matters, does it? Hello, Bowl Carrier. What a name. Bowl Carrier. Where's that name from? Anyway, nice to meet you. Hello, Spoofy. Okay, really? Yeah, I don't think so. Hello, Bones. Nah, what do you mean, nah? What are you saying? I don't know. Lee from North Korea, of course, yeah. No, I've not heard that, Hi, Michael. Oh, thank you. Hit that like button, everybody. Thank you very much. Yeah, whatever. We've got a lot of trolls in here lately, but it's just, you have to take the rough with the smooth, they're saying it, so it is what it is. Bob the Builder. Yes, we can. His, mine, not yours. Back off. Okay. Hello, Ruben. What do you mean, what? TYM? You mean, what time is it? It's, hang on. Oh, thank you, Michael. I'm 11:35 p.m. right now in the UK. Hit that like button, everybody. Hello, yeah. Hello, Ali. How you doing? Hope you're well tonight. Nice to meet you all. Yeah, what are your plans for the rest of the week, everybody? Anyone got anything interesting planned? I'm originally from Blackburn, but no, Bob, they were saying they were from Manchester. I'm from Money. Yeah, mate. From Manchester. Alright. Yeah, kid. How's me Manny accent, mate? Sounds proper chavvy, doesn't it? Yeah, like Coronation Street. What do you think of ICE working with Donald Trump? I don't know. But I saw this thing that was like, there's a channel called Paul Joseph Watson, and he was talking about this stuff, and apparently there was a bunch of like celebrities that are, saying some scripted bullshit about it all or something. So there does seem to be some kind of, I don't know, there's some company or something, I can't remember the name, but where they have some agenda to try and, have an anti-ICE thing or something. I don't know, it's just, I don't know what the hell's going on with it all, but, yeah. but apparently there's been some like increase in like crime and stuff like that over there as well. Because I know like we've got like illegals and stuff. We've got the issue with like increased crime and stuff like that. But yeah, but apparently it's like there's nothing wrong with trying to vet immigration. I think we should be more concerned about any like dodgy people getting in that could be quite sort of likely to. I'm not saying that they're kind of likely. I mean, but like as in like I mean, it's just we just have to be careful. It's just the more that you let in, then the more chances that something bad can happen. So like they should be vetted before they're allowed in. If they're coming in without any identification stuff, then just I mean, then it's like, well, they should just be sent back or something. And hello, Raphael, how you doing? Do you sleep? Yeah, I do. Well, the same thing here. Where are you from? I'm just saying that there's nothing wrong with wanting to kind of vet immigration. I'm not saying that all immigration is bad. Like I said, I think there's some good immigration, like when you bring in people in to be nurses and doctors and things like that. I'm from the UK. Where are you from, Mohammed? Yeah, I get that, but yeah, it's just. But if you look at the statistics, that these illegals apparently are more likely to do certain things, like they're more likely to be predators and stuff. And I'm not saying that to be racist or anything. That's just the facts. That's just, if you look into it, it is a fact. So basically, we should be trying to protect people, and so vetting immigration is necessary. So one idea is like, if they won't show an identification, they don't have passport, then that's their problem. They should have done it the legal way, and they should just get thrown in jail or something, because maybe you could argue that might stop them from coming in, if they're just going to get fucking put in jail or something. It's just that this country is like, how much money it's like paying for like these people. Hello, Gabriel. What are you saying? Hello, Giselle. Yeah. All this talk of vets, we have British-born vet. I'm talking vetting immigration, not about veterans. I'm talking vetting immigration, as in, hello, retired. I don't know if you misunderstood what I said, but about as in checking and make sure they're actually like legitimate people, sort of thing. Hello, Ivor Hardy. How you doing? Hope you're well tonight. Hit that like button. It does seem like the Overton window shifted, because like a few years ago, it was kind of taboo to even talk about a lot of this stuff, wasn't it? A lot of people would have just been like, oh, you can't talk about that. What are you saying, George? Hello, Malcolm. What do you mean fake facts? Well, if you've got any sort of like thing to back up what you're saying, then what I mean. If you're gonna say fake facts, then but you've got like black dot account, which bit sus that when you have some account that's just doesn't have any sort of it's just, I remember on TikTok there were these black dot accounts that were just there to troll and cause problems. So yeah, I don't think you're actually being serious, are you? Because if you disagree with something I said, then okay, maybe point out where I'm wrong, instead of just saying a bunch of nonsense like that. But saying fake facts, well, okay, we'll point out exactly where I'm wrong. I'm always willing to accept it. If someone points out where I'm wrong, then yeah. Anyway, Tass, what are you saying? Hello, Shanae. Was that 3 asylum hotels within 5 miles of me? 3 females, all worded within 2 months. that is real, really. Fuck, that's shit, you know. But this is what you get when you're just too kind of tolerant of things, and you just end up, you know, you don't even, you know, you're prioritizing people that are not even here legally over people who've lived here their whole life and they're being attacked. Yeah, I do, Shanae, yeah. Very weird place to say corruption doesn't exist. Yeah, I know. What? Who says corruption doesn't exist? What you mean? What's that, Mo? What are you saying? Who's Mo? What are you talking about? UK problem is politicians' corruption, not migration. I mean, but wouldn't you say that the illegal immigration is the government is partly responsible for, or at least I would say they're responsible for illegal immigration? Like they're not doing anything to stop it, you know? Like if they actually gave a damn, then they would just say, we're not gonna fucking do this, or living in a simulation, possibly. Who knows what we live in? But you could say that everyone needs to come together and, you know, kind of make the government accountable. Because if people don't want to have all their taxpayers, you know, have so much taxpayers' money going to, you know, housing these people in hotels, then maybe that money could be going to something that could benefit us instead. I'm just saying. How much UK government pay to put rainbow flags everywhere in the country? Good question. That would be something to really look into, wouldn't it? Hello, Colton. If you could criticise the UK problems in 2 sentences, what would it be, and the path forward to fix the problem in 2 sentences? That's a bit of a tricky one. Oh, I don't know about the immigration issue in the UK, so I won't speak on it. Fair enough. I mean, with the LGBTQ, as long as people are respectful and they're respecting people, it's like I don't care about anyone's identity. If people are adults and they can make their own decisions, like when it comes to the trans stuff, I just don't agree with how it's getting pushed on children. That's where I draw the line with that, personally. With things like puberty blockers and stuff like that, that's where I draw the line. I mean, people can feel free to disagree with that, but I personally... Hello, Annie. How you doing? Yeah, I don't see the point in tax if they're going to waste the money on stupid things. Yeah, exactly. They waste so much money. So I would say that one of the main problems is taxation without representation is theft. So then the solution would be someone was saying maybe like, yeah, if you earn under, say, 60,000 a year, you should be exempt from tax. Hello, Chrysler, how you doing? I think we should be probably taxing the rich more. What do you think? We'd be fucked without immigration, aging population. Someone needs to pay the pension bill. Yeah, but it's like when you've got unvetted immigration, that's different, right? When you've got illegal immigration, I mean, how is that actually helping? I mean, they're actually, a lot of them are leeching, you could argue. So, I mean, it's just, I don't have kids now. Yeah, tax the rich more. Yes, maybe stop taxing the poor and tax the rich more. But then there's, but the rich will all leave. No, that's bullshit. A lot of them have ties to the UK anyway. So most of them wouldn't just leave. A lot of them would have already left by now, I think, anyway, if that's the case. But a lot can't leave, or they don't want to leave. So it just seems like a fear-mongering argument to justify why they don't sort out the tax loopholes and shit like that. So, yeah, it's the UK, man, again. I've found you live again after doom scrolling. Okay, welcome back. I look like a thumb. Oh, really? A thumb. Yeah, a thumb. So that looks like me, apparently. That thing there looks like me. Hang on, I can't really get it. Yeah, that looks like me, apparently. Yeah, hello, Sandro. V-Res. Yeah, how you doing tonight? So I don't know how, like, having illegal immigrants in this country would help the economy. If anything, probably make it worse by basically having, just more of this money going to house these people and feed them and whatever. So unless they're going to actually bring in some value, unless they're going to bring in tax revenue, then I don't see how that's going to help. I mean, yeah, having, say, skilled immigration, I agree with that. I agree with having people in that are going to be of some kind of benefit. But to have, this is why a lot of people probably don't even want to take part in the fucking system. Can you fucking blame people? Can you fucking blame people? They don't want to fucking work their fucking life away just so that they're going to have their fucking tax money just sent to fucking people who don't fucking deserve it. So all these fucking people want to go and complain at other people because they don't want to fucking take part in this fucking rigged fucking system. Fuck you. If you're going to fucking try and shame people because they don't want to fucking take part in it, why don't you fucking try and just take your fucking, just fucking shit and just if you want to actually fucking sort this fucking problem out, you need to actually fucking go to the government or something and try and, otherwise, shut your fucking mouth and just, not everyone wants to fucking, be another fucking cog in this fucking rigged ass fucking machine, So anyway, run over. Yeah. What do you mean? I'm trying to self-learning tax early. What do you mean? Self-learning tax early? Learning about tax, you mean? Okay. Hey, Chrysler. God save the Queen, yeah. Okay, Martin. It's just, you get all these people, these sanctimonious kind of people and just really obnoxious kind of people who just want to, they think they're better than everybody else, don't they? Because they contribute to the system. What exactly are they contributing to, especially nowadays? What exactly are they contributing to? I mean, a lot of it's fucked. Like, we are contributing to a fucking failed system that would rather benefit people who are not even from this country, who are not even legally in this country, was what I'm saying. Why is that? Why should we continue to support shit like that? It's not just about the immigration. Like you said, there's other things as well. The tax money is just being wasted, a lot of it, on fucking bullshit. I remember the fucking Nightingale hospitals during the whole lockdown era. All the PPE contracts, all the fucking money wasted. All of the taxpayers' money wasted. It's a joke. I mean, it's a rigged system where if you're employed and you're working for some company, then you're gonna get tax taken. But if you're a fucking elitist, and then they oftentimes get tax benefits, they get tax write-offs, they get tax returns, they get money backs in some cases, they get grants. Like, if you're just someone just kind of struggling to get by, then you're just kind of, it's just, we're in this system where you've got Nepo babies who've never lifted a finger, who are, get, millions. Why don't all these people just, focus all their attention on that? Because isn't that worse than someone just kind of, if someone wants to, not take part in the system, I don't know, I just find some of these people are just very, they want to just, gloat and just kind of, look down on people. But I don't know, maybe they're just deep down are just kind of bitter and yeah. Hello, Medusa. Oh, is that you from the other day? So I was just kind of having a rant about, people just, all these sanctimonious kind of, is that the right word? Sanctimonious. I'm pretty sure that's I'll just check, make sure I'm actually, saying the right word. Yeah. Okay, Pezzy. Hello, Liu. How you doing? If you're new here, hit that like button, subscribe, all that stuff. So, making a show being morally superior to other people. I mean, that's probably what they are, really. A lot of them are probably just trying to gloat and kind of look down on the other people, making themselves feel better about themselves. Okay, Martin, thank you. Hello, I'm the doctor. You're the doctor. What doctor? On their high horses, that's what I mean. They're just trying to... It's like, for example, right, they will, look down on someone for taking a bit of money out of the system, but then not look down on people like Elon Musk. In fact, for a lot of these people, Elon Musk is literally their fucking god. Elon Musk is literally some of these people's god. I mean, come on. So you're literally looking up at a guy who's the biggest benefit scrounger in the whole entire world. You look into like how much grants, all these, tax returns, because that is a benefit basically. So, yeah, it's just absolutely ridiculous. You can't make this shit up. Like, it's so ridiculous. What you on about? You regurgitate. Well, what is it? Go on then. Go and debunk me then. Okay. Go look up Elon Musk. How much in grants he received just the last year. Go on, look it up. So, you just regurgitating lefty shite. Well, okay. Back up what you're saying then. Because you can just go look up Elon Musk. How much did he receive in returns? Like, most of these, big billionaires, they oftentimes dodge tax as much as they can, or they even get returns on their fucking tax. So, yeah, bring the receipts, exactly. It's like someone earlier was saying, you fake facts or whatever, and it's like, well, okay, let's hear your counter-argument then. Probably just, there's a grant machine, yeah, exactly. Elon Musk is like, I don't know why anyone would think he's some great guy and all that, and because I was arguing about this the other day, wasn't I? I think, was it you, Medusa, there, and we were talking about Elon Musk, and some troll was just arguing about, how, Elon Musk is, he's not more powerful than the government. But if you have that much money and power, you can literally buy a government out, basically, because, you have that much power. You have literally... Like, the amount of money he has is probably more than some nations, Like, if you have more money than some nations have, then imagine how much power that gives you. He's a patriot, is he? Really? Patriot. A patriot. Elon Musk's a patriot, really. Really. Oh, really? I mean, this whole electric car thing and all that, I don't know. I just don't really buy all that kind of hype around all that. I just think I mean, it might be a little bit better for the environment or whatever, but there's probably some, overpriced crap anyway. It's just, a lot of people just want to look cool in these Tesla cars or whatever, and, oh yeah. Anyway, so, whatever. Just get these people who just, they look up to the Elon Musk, but yet they will shame someone who is, kind of, just taking a bit out of the system. I mean, it's literally a drop in the ocean. If somebody takes from the system, it's literally a rounding error in the grand scheme of things. If somebody takes from the system, now you could argue that if everybody did that, But what I'm saying is, an individual person just taking from the system, if they have some kind of like, let's say somebody has a, whatever kind of, needs or whatever, and they're just kind of, you could argue, well, maybe they don't need it. Who cares whether they need it or not? I mean, does Elon Musk need all this money? Does he need all those billions that he has? No, he doesn't. None of these billionaires need all this money. So why don't we start taxing these people more? Because that could be then redistributed into society. So people are like focusing on the wrong thing. They're like looking down on other, poor people, you could say, but maybe they should be looking at, okay, why don't we try and get some money from, because someone said, I don't know how true this is, would we be all millionaires if we all have made the same amount of money? I'm not saying we should all make the same amount of money, it's just that, it's just crazy that we've got people without housing whilst we have billionaires. Something about that doesn't sit right with me, but hello Saira. I'm not walking to anything. I'm not walking to anything. So yeah, hope you're doing well anyway. What do you mean he's multifaceted? What are you saying? Tesla car is connected to data center. He has full control on the vehicle. Yeah, I remember hearing about some of these new cars where they actually build, it's kind of a bit of a different topic, but like they build stuff into it where you have to pay a fucking subscription to unlock features that are already in the car. I don't know if that's in Tesla or not, but I've heard in some of these new car designs that they've built in features that you have to subscribe to unlock it. You might say it's late stage capitalism or whatever, but it's just, in my opinion, just corrupt and just, like everything's a subscription now, even your fucking car. So even if you buy the car, then you would still have to pay a subscription to unlock features. I mean, come on. It's like they want to just squeeze every little bit of money out of you. Your phone's on subscription, your fucking Netflix subscription, it's very intelligent birds they are, like that bird from the chase. What bird from the chase? Which one? Anne Hegarty. That bird from the chase. There's two of them in there, or is there three? I don't know now, but there was the other one as well on the chase. What are you saying? Electric car, space rockets, and internet provider, multifaceted. Yeah. Anyway, it's all. That's how he makes so much money. He has so many different. He has his finger in so many different pies. Both intelligent birds. They are just like pigeons. Oh yeah. There's a channel that I watch called Andrea something, but she's like really into pigeons. So it just reminded me of that. Greg says, I still drive my 1997 Toyota Hilux every day. Still love it. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like a lot of them are still good today, from like nearly 30 years ago. So like you can just, you don't need to keep buying new cars all the time, really, do you? Look, what's that? Oh, I don't know. Who are you talking about, Saira? Takeaway. Are you waiting for a takeaway? How you doing, Tiger King? I hope you're well. My guinea pig runs his wheel all day complaining about Tesla, lol. Yeah, is everybody alright tonight then? Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. Who's a rage beta? Who are you talking about now? Hang on. Who are we talking about? Are you on about that Nicholas guy? I mean, yeah, it feels like it's kind of trolling a bit. some of the things he's saying, like, but what they'll do is they'll sprinkle in maybe some bits of truth to try and because in order for somebody, I believe that in order for somebody to have a level of relevance, they have to have some point, right? They probably have some point somewhere, and that's what gives them that relevance. Like, I don't think anybody gets, I mean, they have to have at least some good point, I think. Like, even some of these woke, crazy people, you could say, and I'm not saying they're all crazy, but you know what I mean, as in, like, just what a lot of people would consider as crazy, like the blue herd type, whatever, you know what I mean? Even some of them might have some good points, and that's what probably makes people gravitate to them, but it's all the other bullshit that they throw in, and it's just, yeah, like they say even a broken clock is right twice a day, and they can have some good points, but then they just completely just say some crazy, outlandish shit. Yeah. What are you on about guinea pig? Why are you calling me a guinea pig or something? Or I thought you was on about something else. I don't know. Why are you calling me a guinea pig? Bit kind of strange. I don't know. Yeah, I thought what are you on about, guinea pig? You're all woke, you just lambasted Musk and Tesla subscriptions. Well, that's woke, but that's good. I mean, I'm just saying that a lot of the woke people, I don't agree with them. Like, I agree with some parts of capitalism. It's just that things can get too extreme, is what I'm saying, on both ends. So I wouldn't really call myself woke because I don't agree with a lot of this fucking race bullshit with the reverse racism and all that kind of shite. I don't agree with racism on either side. I don't agree with the polarity of it all, and how they're trying to kind of, you know, how they're race swapping characters that you know, I don't agree with all that shit. They should be trying to come up with original shit instead of rehashing some old idea but change the core of it, you know, like they're trying to rewrite history or some shit to try and appeal to these fucking, you know, blue herd people, you know. Okay, well, Mirror, if you have any sort of, like, point, then just, you know, bring it up instead of trying to, you know what I mean? Yeah, this is the thing, it's like the whole, yeah, that whole they, them thing, yeah. I was just talking about how you've got this whole sort of thing where people shame others for, you know, like shaming poor people if they're, maybe some people need a bit of money or whatever, and they need money from the system or whatever, for example. But yet you've got people like Elon Musk who are arguably the biggest scroungers in the world. You know, all the grants that they receive from all of to do all these whatever bullshit. So it's a rigged system, and yeah, I mean, can you blame somebody for wanting to just take money out of the system if that's what they want to do? You know, because we live in this system where it's like you either play the system or you be played, basically. It's kind of how I see it. So I don't blame people. To be honest, I don't even blame the people who are coming in illegally for what they're doing, because they're just exploiting the system for their own gain. I don't blame them for doing that. I don't agree with it being allowed to happen, but I don't blame the people for doing it, because, you know, if I were in their situation, I might do it as well if I thought it was going to benefit my life. You know, because humans are opportunistic creatures, you know? So, people like to think that they are holier than thou and all that sort of thing, right? But if it came down to it and they got the opportunity, they'd probably do it themselves. They'd probably find a way to exploit the system if they really wanted to, or if they could. I mean, they would probably do it. So I'm just saying that it's maybe it's time to stop shaming those who just, you know, exploit the system a little bit, because there's people far greater in power exploiting the system far more. What about all the bribes, all the lobbying going on? They exploit the system far more. You know, whatever. You know, if people have nothing good to say, then, you know, leave Jeremy Kyle contestants alone. Yeah, I know. Anyway, what we're saying, Nab, you okay? Anyway, I don't understand how China gets labelled uncivilized while the US normalizes weekly school shootings. If child safety doesn't factor into civilization, what exactly does? Well, there's people out there that question these sort of things as being false flags or something. I mean, but I do think there is a lot of mental health shit going on, and there's a lot of people that will just go and do random crazy things like that. So just look at some of these, you know, like people like Elliot Rodger, for example, and all these, you know, these people literally are messed up, you know. These people are people who would willing to, you know, unalive people because they're so messed in the head. I'm not up to much right now. I'm just kind of been walking around in circles a bit. Yeah, there's lunatics everywhere, and it's just, we just have to stay safe, you know, stay vigilant. Yeah, I like to pace around sometimes and just, what are you up to anyway? Everybody go and check out Nab. He's got a channel, but if we try and get him to 50 subscribers, that'll allow him to go live on his phone. But he does say he's going to get a laptop anyway, but it would be nice for him to be able to go live on the phone because it's just convenient. So, hello, Stretch. Oh, good day, mate. Put another shrimp on the barbie. But yeah, I don't know. It's just. I think they want all the, you know, like the poor people all fighting against each other is what I'm saying. That's my point. Is that you've got elite classes of people trying to stir up shit between the poor people, where they'll shame each other. They will, you know, just look down on each other. That's what they want. They don't want them all united. That's what they would despise. So, yeah, anyway. Cheers for the shout, no problem. Yeah. They want the poor fighting the poor, exactly. That's what they're doing. So what's wrong? I kind of fell into that whole thing of, you know, shaming the protesters at Southport. Not the protesters, what they call them protesters, but there was a lot of violence going on. But the thing is, that's what they want. They want us all divided, you know? I think some of those people probably weren't genuinely, but the thing is, right, but you could, I'm not saying that what they did was good, but it's like, people have been getting pushed for years and years. Things have been ramping up. And it took having something really bad happen like that for people to finally snap and just, and the things go chaos. All I did was walk to the, oh yeah, I saw that video you did, yeah. You dislike Zelensky, yeah. I mean, I just dislike politicians in general. Oh, wasn't there a thing where Boris Johnson, because he was still in when at the start of the whole Ukraine-Russia thing, he sabotaged. Apparently, he sabotaged a peace negotiation between, Putin and Zelensky or whatever. So some say he could have probably, if he really wanted to, have sorted it out. But it just goes to show that it's corrupt and they don't want to actually have peace because, war is profitable to these people, What's uncivilized? America has one school shooting on average every week. Really? Is that true? That is crazy, if that's true. Yeah. I didn't think it would be quite that much, but I guess we don't always hear it, but I don't know. Let's have a look, shall we? Yeah, let's blame Boris, not Keir. I mean, they're all to blame, really, but Boris is responsible for, a lot of shit, I would say. But it's what is it, Rishi Sunak? That was what the Online Safety Act, that came from that, and then Keir Starmer then brought that in, didn't they, or something? So, yeah, so let's have a look at, let's see, kids being harmed is a big trigger for society, but it's also something that is easy to sabotage and use horrendous societal traumas for political gain and nefarious powers. I agree. Certain things like that could be a problem, reaction, solution. So I can see what you're saying as well, where it could lead to more, nefarious powers. Yeah, Nabi, you still there? Don't you care about children? What do you mean? Well, yeah, I care about all life, and Keir Starmer is a wanker. I mean, they're all wankers, Can you be openly gay in China, Jim? Or can women be divorced and not be ostracized? Good question. Is it true that on average, what is it? Let's have a look at this. Is it true that on average, that there is one school shooting in USA per week? But let's have a look. Medusa says, if I'm wrong, fair enough. Right, yeah, that's it, Hello, Casa Coda. Yeah, now are you still there? Hang on. So it says here, based on recent data, it is generally considered true that there is an average of roughly one or more school shootings per week in the USA, depending on how school shooting is defined. Reports such as from Wikipedia indicated 11 firearm-related events at schools in just the first 23 days of 2018, showing a high frequency. So what is going on? And surely not all of that can be staged, right? Stu, he was in charge of the CPS for years before he was in Parliament. Come on, who are you talking about? Boris Johnson or something? Or what are you talking about, Jim? What are you on about? Don't know what you're talking about. Eunice, hello, Genova. What are you saying? Hi, Barry. Yeah, I did. I was outside earlier, actually. Did you not see? Yeah, I was outside earlier today, yeah. Yeah, I did a live, actually, while I was outside. But anyway. No, I don't support child harm. What are you talking about? What are you on about, Jim? Are you just trying to mess around or something? I mean, what are you talking about? Check out Farage claiming to protect women and children, yet he did nothing about Keir challenging X recently about unsolicited images and abuses. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing, Farage. Yeah, they all are, pretty much. I don't think anything would really change for the better if Farage got in. I mean, yeah, I just don't really think that there's yeah, any politician that will, solve a lot of these issues, really. Jim, I'm afraid to say, is talking out of his arsehole. Okay. This has gone quite, This is, you see how I asked about Keir, but you turned it to Farage, though. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's, you all know I'm right. So, okay. Tom Bedford says, up reform, best of a bad bunch. Yeah, it's just, it feels like you're just kind of, like, what is it, lesser of two evils or lesser of three evils in this case. The US has its problems, but I don't know if I'd call us entirely uncivilized. Yeah, it might be a bit of a exaggeration. I guess it depends on where you live. Different communities and stuff, some argue that certain places are quite backwards and not very civilized. But, yeah, is everybody alright? Hope you've all had a good day. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share the live out if you can. So, yeah, always seems to end up going controversial, doesn't it? But, hello, Calvin. Some people are afraid to let it get controversial, though. Like, I was in some chat earlier, and they were saying, oh, we don't want to have religion and talk in the chat, but it's like, I think it's good to, like, allow free discussion, personally. Thank you, What's Wrong? What's your favourite Disney film? Good question. Favourite Disney film? I quite liked Jungle Book. Yeah, I kind of always think about, what is it? Is the bare necessities? That one. El Nino. Okay, thank you. True, the Appalachian Mountains are a bit, there's that whole kind of like hillbilly thing, you mean, where there's people are a bit kind of, so there's certain communities that you could, I'm not saying they're all like that, so I'm not going to just, tar everybody with the same brush, but what I'm saying is certain areas are a bit more, like, kind of like what would give people like the stereotypical kind of, American kind of like, that's, you know what I mean, like, but they're not all going to be like that, depending on where they're from. Some are going to be more civilized than others. I mean, even in this country, we've got places like council estates and stuff where you could argue that a lot of those are not very civilized and can be quite rough. And some of these places can be a bit, I don't know, some people might find it a bit scary to go through them, especially at night time. Yeah, everywhere has their areas. Yeah, in this country we've got like, Burnley's, places like that. Blackburn, where I used to live, had some really rough areas as well. Like it was, some people were, would be afraid to go in certain areas at night time, especially if you were quite vulnerable. Hello, Heaven, welcome back. Don't you, Blaze, start on Jamie, what are you saying? What's Calvin on about now? Yeah, there we go again, they'll just say I'm talking rubbish, but what can they say to actually back that up? Like I said, if anyone disagrees, that's what we're here for. We talk about stuff, and I'm here to share what I think, and then if someone has an opposing view, then they can share that and explain why I'm wrong, instead of just saying that I'm talking rubbish. Yeah, they're all just trolling, and they see me trolling. Like that song, innit? They see me rolling. Fun fact, the Highlands were the same mountain formation as the Appalachian Mountains from just before Pangea times. Oh, really? That's interesting. I suppose it kind of makes sense. Yeah. I'd have to look into that, actually, but yeah, that kind of makes sense. Common sense, that's it. Common sense isn't very common anymore, though, is it? Hello, Jamie, how are you doing? Mate, I am just after reading C.S. Lewis' Chronicles of Narnia. Oh yeah, Chronicles of Narnia. I think I might have seen the film of it or something, or at least part of it. A long time ago though, but yeah. Donald Trump is a good man. Anyway, you just retracted it. Yeah. Why do people keep retracting their messages? I don't get that. I don't know. Can't we all get along? Unfortunately, Barry, not everybody seems to be able to. Some people can't put their differences aside, you know. People are just bickering and arguing. Hello, the 13 God call. Liverpool, mate. How's it going, mate? Yeah, let me just show you this, guys, if I haven't already. Sound, lad? Yeah, I'll tell you a funny story. I was in a place in Manchester, and some Scousers came in, and I went, Accrington Stanley? Who are they? Exactly. Luckily, they didn't mind it, and they actually laughed it off. Hello, why can't Tory Reid? Good to see you again. How are you tonight? Oh, yeah, the Mockler Miser. Yeah, okay. What's going on? Bro will fit right in Arkansas with that instrument. Oh yeah, Arkansas. That's like in the deep south. I mean, from Arkansas. How's it going, y'all? I'm from Arkansas. Why is it spelt like Arkansas but pronounced Arkansas? But yeah, you've got it's not Kansas. It's Kansas. So I don't get that. Why is it not consistent? Like, I don't know. Sounds Clint Eastwood. Oh yeah, Clint Eastwood. I used to like watching Clint Eastwood films, actually. Dirty Harry and stuff like that. Yeah, I like Dirty Harry, one of my favourites from him, but yeah. But I also like other ones, like Gran Torino was good as well. Hello, Warrior Levi, how you doing? Hello, Evie Smith, how's it going? Okay. Hope you've all had a good day today. You've a natural irritated face. What do you mean I have a natural irritated face? What are you saying, that I look irritated all the time? I like Rango, that's a western. Oh yeah, there was like lots of them, like Fistful of Dollars and what is it, Good, the Bad and the Ugly, Hang 'em High, those sort of films. They were like western ones, weren't they? Look at the Black Window, and it looks like you said Black Widow. Rango. Oh yeah. Like your default expression is of disgust and irritation. I don't know, maybe it's just it's just the way I am, really. I mean, it's just kind of, I don't know, maybe I just have a little bit of contempt for like the world, I guess. What do you mean, Evie? I don't know. I just see what the world's become, and it's, it can be a bit disappointing, to be honest with you. Like, everyone all hates each other. No one's really even loyal to each other hardly anymore. I don't know if this was a joke, but I was walking home today, and I just heard someone, there was like, I think someone talking to somebody saying something like, I only play dirty when it comes to men, or something like that. I'm like, I don't know if they were being serious with what they were saying, but like, it's like, so they know what they're doing. They know that they're playing dirty. If they're actually being serious, I don't know, like, if they're joking, like, why would they joke about that sort of thing? I'm just, I already asked, what did he say? Well, yeah, what's going on here? Donald Trump is a good man, but he shouldn't have spoken ill of the British military personnel who have died and suffered brutal injuries fighting alongside US soldiers. Yeah, why would he do that? I mean, that's fucked up, isn't it? Rango still fascinates me, especially the scene at the saloon. I've never seen that film, but I've seen I think I've seen pretty much all of the Dirty Harry ones. There's like 5 of them. Yeah, because my grandma used to like watching them, so I used to watch them with her. So a lot of the films I used to watch were ones I would watch with her. What's that? Doesn't seem like something a good man would do. IMO. I'm talking like a woman said that. A woman said to somebody else, saying that I only play dirty when it, if it's a man or something like that. What do they mean by that? I don't know, like, why they would. I don't know, it's just something I heard as I was walking past. I don't know what context they were talking in, but does that are they talking about cheating or whatever? I don't know what they were talking about, but I just thought I would mention that because that's just something I experienced today. Or he's talking about what Trump said. I don't know. But yeah, just genuine question. Do you guys talk about your colonial history in schools? I don't know what gets taught these days because I haven't been at school since 2011. But the thing with the colonialism, from what I've looked into, is yeah, there was a lot of bad that happened, but also they should acknowledge that there was some good that came from it as well. In fact, when I looked up saying, is it all bad, then there was actually some arguments as to some good things that happened from the colonialism. And yeah, a lot of it was bad, but we need to have a balanced view of things. Trump says what he thinks at the time that, like most people, not politicians. Yeah, you could say that he's not like a regular politician in that sense. So, I don't know. I still don't really think that he's a good guy necessarily, but he's like a wild card, you could say, because he's not like any of the other ones. And that's probably why a lot of people gravitate towards him, because he is somebody that will just say it as he sees it or whatever, and in that moment, even if he does get disproved later, but it's just kind of funny just to hear that he'll just come out with any old shit that he's thinking. We mean draft dodger. What's going on? Hello, terrific Celestial. Thank you very much for the 28 likes, everybody. Nice one. But yeah, I guess it's kind of refreshing in a way that somebody would do that, because all these other politicians that they're just reading from some script that oftentimes they have somebody else write a script for them. I mean, look at fucking Biden. I mean, it's clear as day he was not the one. I think it exposed how, like the deep state, right? They're not really the ones pulling the strings. But yeah, I remember someone was saying something that maybe the whole Trump thing is good because it exposes people's, like, how people get triggered easily. Like, if you're getting triggered easily, then that might be your ego or something like that, or whatever it is, because you can't handle that somebody else is, challenging your worldview or something. I don't know. It's someone was saying something about this, how it might have led to some kind of shift in people's thinking. Anyway, cowardly UK soldiers, long live Trump. What you on about? Who's cowardly? Get over it. I think people say things you don't like, and get over it. Yeah. That's the thing, is if you don't like what he's saying, then just why get so triggered? Why certain people get so triggered? Like, I don't get it. Just, it's like people identify so hard with their ideology. So when someone challenges it, they go into meltdown over it. People who've elected them pulling strings is also known as democracy. How is that democracy though? Isn't democracy, to me, democracy is something that everybody should have a say, right? Everybody should have their chance to cast a vote for something, like maybe a new policy or something. Otherwise, it's democracy only for the elites and not for the common man or woman, right? Anyway, hello, I know Naviko, how you doing? Hope you're well tonight. Yeah, Jim just keeps on just keeps on messing around, so, what I mean. I don't think they're actually serious. Great pot is women in martini glasses. What are you on about? I think it's more than just saying something that you don't like. He's creating policies that change the way we live and will live in the future. I mean, but it's like, I don't know, it's just people are getting all really like, I mean, this whole ICE thing, I mean, yeah, I'm not a Trump guy, like I said, but it's like, I can see why people are not too happy with the whole illegal immigration state of things where, you know, something needs to be done about that. So, but people get triggered at that. People get triggered because they have this kind of like worldview of like, oh, you know, like this do-gooder kind of like, yeah, I'm on mute. Yeah, I just saw it hit 27 at one point. So yeah, I was talking about Jim, not you, lol. Thank you for blocking it. Yeah, okay, no problem. But man, for Liverpool, you want to be happy. You want to be behind the screen. You wouldn't dare say, yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's these people just keyboard warriors behind the screen. You know, it's like that person earlier that was saying, "Oh, you talking shit." It's like, well, if you think I'm talking shit, then okay, where's your counter argument? They have nothing. They have nothing to say because they're not actually here to really have a serious conversation. All they're here to do is to just antagonize and agitate. That's all they're here to do, a lot of them. Yeah, you need receipts. It's like I remember I had someone on my TikTok live a few weeks ago when I was talking about the benefits of nitric oxide boosters like beetroot, for example, beetroot juice, and saying that certain people can benefit from it as being like a vasodilator, but then they were trying to just deny it and say that and make claims that they're a medical doctor. If you're going to make a claim that you're a medical doctor, then you need to back that up, because otherwise you're a charlatan, probably. I mean, you have to back that up, right? You know? But these people just hide behind the screen of fake, probably a fake name. Who knows who these people are? You know, I don't know who would go on be some random account on some social media. If you got a medical degree, you probably don't even have time to be randomly going around doom scrolling. I don't think so. It's very unlikely that this person had a medical degree. It's just probably some form of trolling. So, hello, Pigger. Yeah. Professor Chin Stitch, hello. Who are you? You said you know who I am, brother. That sounds like a threat. Doing about. Yeah, any medical doctor would be able to point to literature. Well, they tried to point to some cherry-picked study or something, but the thing is, the vast majority of the literature that I could find supported what I said, where it said that beetroot juice and nitric oxide boosters, that they actually benefit in a lot of these cases. Say if someone's got hypertension, there's actually a mechanism for it by reducing hypertension, which is the cause for that your high blood pressure is. So basically, when your heart is having to work really hard to get, enough oxygen around the body, what happens with nitric oxide boosters is that the mechanism is that they can actually pull more oxygen into the lungs and stuff. It just makes your body more efficient by getting more oxygen to where it's needed more efficiently. So you might feel less tired, you might feel like less fatigued, and yeah, just feel better, feel less out of breath probably in some cases. But they were saying no, for advanced athletes, they might not get benefits because their body already is at its maximum output of energy or something. Because there might be a point where you can't really sort of like produce any more energy, you can't put any more force out. So there might be like diminishing returns at a certain point. So yeah, you might try some. My mum tried some. I think she said she felt a little bit of something, but I don't want to like But someone in the chat the other day said that they do beetroot juice, and yeah, let me just go and have a look and find some literature or just some kind of study to see how much this actually could possibly help. How much can beet juice lower blood pressure? Let's have a look at this, alright? Oh yeah, Jim's back again. Okay, let's just get rid of you. That's the same person back again. Here we go. So it says here, daily consumption of roughly 250 milliliters, about 8 ounces of beet juice can significantly lower blood pressure, with studies showing an average reduction of approximately 8/4, often within just a few hours. The inorganic nitrate in the juice converts to nitric oxide, which relaxes and widens blood vessels. So, might be worth looking into if you have high blood pressure. Someone was saying that it helped them with it, but this is just something to look into. But there is other benefits of it as well, like your health. You know, I think let's have a look at the other benefits of, because I was thinking if I was to promote a supplement, it would probably be something like that, because this is stuff that may actually help people, you know. I don't want to just put out some shady-ass supplement, fucking athletic greens or whatever bullshit that comes out next. I mean, orange man bed. Beetroot makes me think I had a urine infection. Why is that? They're high in iron. Yeah, I think they are. But yeah, beet juice, health benefits. So let's have a look and see what the health benefits are. What I'm talking about beet juice and some of the benefits. So this is talk about the lowered blood pressure, improved athletic performance, and enhanced brain function due to its high nitrate content, which converts to nitric oxide. So it might actually help get more oxygen to the brain as well in some cases. So maybe it could help certain people in certain situations. Let's have a look at like nitric oxide for, you know, for brain power. Let's have a look at this. See if it could help. More oxygen to the brain, more energy, basically. So, well, not necessarily more oxygen, but more efficient, I guess. What am I talking about? Yeah, beetroot. Banana, yeah, bananas are good. I've got loads of bananas over there, but yeah. So it says about, you know, signaling molecule that improves cerebral blood flow, functioning as a neurotransmitter, and it's vital for learning and memory processes. So maybe people with memory issues. I'm wondering if, let me look into this actually. I just thought something, could it possibly help dementia in that case? I've heard creatine's supposed to have some benefit for that actually. You know, because creatine, they use it, because I use creatine for like muscle growth and strength growth and whatever, but some are saying that in some cases it might help brain health. What is going on? Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, you know, I talk all sorts of different topics, you know. I have it free flowing, you know. That's what I do. Hello, Oof, how you doing? Agarai, thank you. Hello, Aaron Bimo, how you doing? What is going on here? So yeah, dragon fruit, is that meant to be really good for you as well? Yeah, dragon fruit. What's a similar, isn't that a similar colour to beetroot or something, if I remember? Dragon fruit, let's have a look. Dragon fruit, you say? Yeah, so let's have a look at that. So dragon fruit's like, what's on the outside, it's like similar colour, but the inside's different though. Well, there's different types. Some are like purpley coloured inside. It depends on which ones you get though. All British white bread legally has folic acid in it now. Good for DNA repair, but dangerous for men, cancerous. Really? That's shit, isn't it then? Yeah. What is you saying? It's synthetic folate? Are you about like natural folate is good though. Isn't what you're saying there? You're saying synthetic folate is cancerous for men or something. What kind of cancer is that then? I once found a mouse in my... Oh god, that's horrible, Medusa. That's shit. That I remember, like, my grandma found the hair inside. I think it was one of those aero bubbles. So then I think she got some compensation for it or something. Yeah, just can find some horrific things. I remember, I don't know if it was some hoax or something, but you know McDonald's chicken nuggets? That somebody supposedly found one with a chicken head. Homemade bread is the best bread in the whole bread world. But yeah, but it's not exactly easy to make necessarily, but yeah. But you could just make flatbreads and stuff, but yeah, they're quite easy to make, but yeah. I'm kind of introvert, so not used to talk with people much, use it and try to insult me, tone me down or make fun of me, and can't confront them, and at that moment I kind of freeze, can't give it a reply. Yeah, I can be like that at times. Big payday, way to go, Grammy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Warburtons, oh yeah. So what we're saying about, yeah, like, about folate or something, is that like, the folate, natural folate, supposed to be good or something? What's wrong? Did you know that every seed on a strawberry is their ovaries? Oh yeah, I think we were talking about, like, yeah, with like these fruits, is that the seeds are the ovaries of the plant or something. They're the reproductive part of the plant. Oh yeah, bread pudding. Oh yeah. Anyway, so yeah, basically, so yeah, apparently beets are high in vitamins A, C, folate, B and minerals, potassium, magnesium, and iron, fiber, and betaine, supporting liver health, immunity, gut health, and potentially reducing cancer risk and inflammation, while beneficial, consume in moderation to avoid issues like kidney stones. There's not going to be as much fiber as if you have like whole beets. So it depends on what benefits you want. Okay, Soggy. What is it, the loaf joke? Sorry if I missed a joke or something. Or Rihanna once said she found a loaf in a Hovis place. Oh God. Found love at Hovis place. Found a loaf in a Hovis place. That's not heard that before. Watercress, kale, and spinach. Yeah, some say you gotta be careful not to eat too much of some of these things because of high oxalates. And someone mentioned that the other day about high oxalate vegetables. But I've also heard that if you cook a lot of them, then it breaks down a lot of the oxalates, so they're not as. So yeah, so when people have tons and tons of raw spinach and stuff like that, that could be bad. So yeah, I got it. I just didn't find it funny. Yeah, it's not the best really. It's like, because it doesn't even sound quite the same, does it? Yeah, found loaf in a whole. Yeah, it doesn't even sound the same. So yeah, it would be more funny if it sounded exactly the same. But yeah. Spinach is okay. I just heard about oxalates and stuff like that, and how you've got to be careful with oxalates, because oxalates are. Your shirt is nice. Do you remember where you got it from? No, I got it gifted to me, so I don't know. Do you like lettuce? Okay. There's a roach on your wall. Yeah, really. Thank you for the 35 likes, everybody. Yeah, hit that like button, everybody. Hello, Espresso and Samana. Good to see you again. How are you doing? There's a roach. Yeah, of course. There's a roach. You're fake news. Oh, goodness. Anyway, make sure you subscribe if you're new here. That would be really appreciated. Right. Yeah, there's no roach. They're having me on. What bug is in your lamp? In the lamp? the bug. I don't know, there's no bug in there, is there? It's just, yeah, it's just, having me on. Hello, Bree, how you doing? Hello, Seminator. Oh, thank you. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true. Goodbye, my lover. What are you saying? In a crowded place. Oh, God. The semen. Oh, yeah, see, it's out. Semen. Oh, yeah, God. Okay, here we go again. I don't know. So yeah, so earlier I was talking about, pyramids and stuff. Maybe we can talk a bit more about that tonight. Diplo says no trolls here. You were trolling earlier, weren't you? About pyramids, the theory on why they were, how they were built. But we were saying about, why were they built though? Like, why were they built for? Oh yeah, James Blunt. No, not eating a banana, Jay. Like, why do you think they were built? Some people said they were just built as tombs or something, but yeah, they were saying like free energy harvesting. Some people were talking about something to do with like some network. Like some kind of, they were linked to some people. That's what they were saying. Why is it there's pyramids all over the world? Pyramids are so close to the city, lol. What are you trying to say? Pneumono microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. Yeah, one of the longest words in the English dictionary, 45 letters long. Hi Karen, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. So, yeah. Love how you knew that word, yeah. I mean, because someone taught it me in school, so I always learned it from that. I remember it from that, basically. Anyway, besides any jokes, I love you dearly. Oh, thank you. Enigma, is that what you mean? Enigma. Enigma, do you mean? Come on, of course he knows what you're saying. I'm saying they are right next to Giza, like exactly next to the city. It looks funny. Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. It's a bit kind of, Okay, I'll just get rid of this. Pyramids were originally designed as grain storage containers that provided wealth and became structures identified with power because of the agricultural revolution provided power and kingdoms. So, do you not think there was anything else to it? Is that all you think that was kind of pyramids of Giza? Oh yeah, I failed to agree, says Medusi. So yeah, you don't really agree with that. You were saying that about energy harvesting. Yeah, because it's just like, I don't know, it's just mad how we still don't agree on these things. Navajo. What are your thoughts on the crop circles, guys? That's another topic as well. So I looked into that a bit. Some kind of strange things about that as well. About, what do you mean Navajo? They line up with Orion's belt. Oh yeah, I've heard about that. Some kind of astronomical thing. Yeah, I remember that they still line up with They apparently still line up with Orion's belt, which is a star constellation, I believe. So like, yeah, it still lines up today. They aren't tombs, no bodies were in them. Yeah, because you would think you would find something if that's the case or something. So that's. Have they ever found any bodies in any pyramids? Like the one in, say, Nubian pyramids is another one, which is in like, can't remember which country, but it's sub-Saharan Africa, I believe. It's, yeah. They became tombs originated as grain storage. Humans changed the meaning of stuff and structures if it made them kings. How do you know this, though? I'm just wondering, like, where have you got this information from? Or is that just your theory? Let's chat about Antarctica. What about it? We were talking about that the other day. I looked into it. Apparently these so-called Antarctic pyramids are just glacial formation or something. Whether you believe in that, I don't know, but is that a possibility that they were just formed by glaciers or something? But why would they build them in Antarctica where it's freezing cold? I don't know. DeLorean, oh yeah, DeLorean DMC, yeah, that was it. The Back to the Future car. Mummified bodies, right. Yeah, because weren't they buried in, what's it called, Valley of the Kings, is it, something? That's where the mummies were buried, right? Never heard of a body in a pyramid. Yeah, because I remember, like, I thought that they were supposedly buried inside the pyramids or something. That's what we were taught, that, well, one of them, at least like the pyramid, like the Great Pyramid that they were built, one of them was evidence of bodies in pyramids, question mark. Bradford, yeah, it's like an hour from me probably. Why, Aquarius? So it says here about bodies' remains been found inside several Egyptian pyramids, confirming their associated structures used as tombs. Despite widespread looting in antiquity, findings include royal elite and sometimes worker remains, such as a mummified foot in the pyramid of Djoser, fragments of bones in the pyramid of Unis, and remains in the Queen Seshset pyramid. Don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but what would you say to that then, Medusa? Is that a Valley of the Dead? Is that what it's called? I thought it was called Valley of the Kings or something. Let me check. Valley of the Kings. Fair enough, but not in the three main ones. Okay. Maybe not. So, but regardless, even if they were, like, buried in there, that they could have still served some other purpose, you're saying? But yeah, so, like, it's, yeah, it's just kind of a odd one. I think they were power conductors. Well, why can't we, like, replicate that today then or something? Could we not find a way to replicate that? Even if it's on a smaller scale or something, I don't know. Valley of the Kings, you're right, yeah, Valley of the Kings is the... I remember we got taught about it in school. We're doing electric stuff, oh yeah. Oh yeah, I remember people were saying that churches were built as electric conductors or something like that. Whatever. Go away. Spam in the chat, you know. Trying to have a serious conversation here. Do what, bro, MMR gamers? What does that stand for? Measles, mumps and rubella? 10k subs. What are you on 10k subs? My name is Cookies Fishers, and I hope you're doing good. I'm alright, thank you, Jess. Well, he's calling himself Cookies Fishers. What sort of name is that? 1953 UFO crash near Kingman, Arizona. Often mention the recovery of alien beings, frequently referred to as J-Rod. Hello, Radio Static Fan Editor. How are you? Stu says, by the time they were changed to tombs and cultural sites, they were aligned with the heavens to have deeper meaning to the culture of the time. But look at grain storage, everything to, what are you saying? Copying and pasting. Yeah. So what you mean, how can they change them? Once they've built the pyramids, then they're fixed, right? I don't know what you mean. How, you said that they've changed into a line. I don't get what you're saying. Store grain in a mud hut. I don't quite understand what we're saying. Hello, Yux. How's it going? Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. Your voice is deep. Oh, thank you. Grain storage doesn't make sense in Egypt. Yeah, do they even have grains in those regions? I don't know. Do they have grains there? Let's have a look. Does Egypt have grains? I mean, I don't know, like, yeah, it's a desert, right? Very dry. It says it consumes and relies heavily on grains, particularly wheat, which is central to its food. So apparently they have wheat. I wouldn't have really thought of it as a place where wheat would really grow well, but what about the origins, and they were an evolution, not changed to be different? Okay. Yeah. I was wondering how could they grow much food there if it's in a desert? Like, the only thing they would grow there is like cactus or something, and prickly pear or something like that, you know? That also sounds like you Googled that answer. And then I'm Googling stuff and it's coming up with AI overviews, which, you know, sometimes they're not always reliable, but it just gives you an overview, something to do more research on, I suppose. Hello, real Yukadon, good to see you again. While the iconic pyramids of Egypt were primarily tombs for pharaohs, the concept of pyramid-shaped or conical grain storage granaries was a vital independent innovation used by early farmers. Yeah, it does sound like a Google answer, to be honest. Yeah, it does sound like it's like the way that it's like written, it doesn't sound like something that just comes from your head, if you know what I mean. So, oh, thank you, real Yukadon. So I don't know, like, really, but we'd be here all night just kind of going back and forth about the origins of it. Let's have a look at where the pyramids grain store. Interesting. Oh, you're from Egypt, Ahmed. Oh, really? Well, it says here, no, the Egyptian pyramids were not built as grain storage, but rather as monumental tombs for pharaohs. While a persistent non-academic theory popularized by Ben Carson and historic erroneous interpretations of biblical texts suggest they were Joseph's granaries. They are solid structures, not hollow containers, and lack the necessary space for storage. So that's what that says. So that kind of contradicts what you're saying there, but take that with a grain of salt. Get it? With a grain of salt. Yeah. Lol, non-academic stew. I don't know. It's just I don't. First ruler of a unified Egypt circa 3100 BCE is Narmer of Menez, who is depicted on the Narmer palette as a human king. Oh, really? So what are the implications of that then? Or is that just some kind of random fact that you're sharing? Anyway. They were cemeteries. That's what, like they were saying, that they were used as tombs for the dead. Also, can we just all appreciate the Egyptian fashion and legacy and Cleopatra? Well, yeah, it's just amazing how the pyramids were built, and like we haven't been able to replicate anything like that since monolithic, to say the least. I'm speaking about how the structure concept evolved. Not that they were separate structures, but there is a through line of how the original structures would have inspired design. Yeah. I don't. Backstepping. Yeah, it seems like he's changing the narrative a little bit now or something. Hello, White Shadow. I remember somebody the other day mentioned something about Nazca lines. I don't know if you've heard about that, but I don't know whether there's any connection to the pyramids about that, but yeah. But apparently there's something in Peru. Does this have any related to, was it called Machu Picchu, whatever it's called? I remember there was something in Peru where there's some kind of strange kind of phenomenon or something that people say that there's some kind of energy there or something like that. Someone also said that at Stonehenge that they experienced something as well of some kind of energy. I don't know, maybe it's some kind of delusion, I don't know. Because the thing is, if you believe there's going to be something that will happen, I guess it depends if you are a superstitious person. Hello, L-Dog, how you doing? Ozempic, I feel like a lot of these weight loss drugs, I think people should only do it as a last resort, in my opinion. If nothing else works, it's like, okay, fair enough. But you should probably try to do everything. It's like the whole TRT bullshit, right? When people have not actually tried to do everything to optimize their testosterone first, naturally. But it's like, do all that first, and then see where you're at. That's my opinion on it all, but try to do everything that you can to lose weight naturally. But then if you still can't do it, then okay. But it was only up to like, what, 50 years ago or something? Hardly anybody was overweight, right? Like this whole thing of people being overweight is mostly a relatively new phenomenon. There was actually a picture of people, like hundreds of people on a beach. Not a single person was overweight on that picture. This, I think, was from the 1970s, so it was about 50 years ago or so. Totally different now. Tons of people with beer bellies, and yeah, people that probably shouldn't really be going around with their shirt off. It just kind of looks a bit, you know, just interesting how things have changed, but a lot of it, I think, has to do with the shitty food. I think a lot of it should be that these companies need to be, you know, kind of held accountable. They need to make sure that, you know, to try and stop putting out all this junk food. Maybe there needs to be some regulations on that, perhaps. because people were poor AF. Well, yeah, they would just eat enough to survive, really. And yeah, but were people poor though? 70s, I think, wasn't 70s actually a good time? In fact, a lot of people were doing quite well in the 70s compared to now, so I don't necessarily agree with what you're saying there. House prices were a lot lower. I mean, I just think a lot of it's because there wasn't so much of this junk food that we have now. I think a lot of it was actually better quality food, less of the what is it called, MSG and all this other bullshit. Yeah, no one's forced to do it. I'm not saying they are, but if you want to tackle obesity, then yeah, I don't think that the best way to do it is to be pumping people with a bunch of drugs. I don't know, that's just how I see it anyway. To me, it's a bit of a cop-out, but it's just, to me, it's just a cheating way to do it, because you're not actually addressing your lifestyle. All you're doing is you're just putting a band-aid over the symptom. So yeah, I think that's the problem, where people are looking for quick fixes, whether it's with their health, whether it's even things like dating. People are looking for quick fixes. They're looking for the easy way out. People don't want to actually do things the harder way. You know, people will give up on a relationship that's lasted years over a simple falling out or whatever that's happened, because it's just easier to do that than to have to try and work through things. I find that people are oftentimes cop-outs. I'm not meaning that to be horrible or anything, that's just my take on it. Who's George? Hang on, George. Yeah, that survivor to believer person just keeps saying the same shit. Just a bot. Anyway, who's George? Make your own meals then, George. Who's George? Pro-tech, hello? George. Who are we talking about? I got energy lines near my... Oh, God. Goku... Oh, Chrysler George. Oh, yeah. Here we go. But I know it's just a bit of a contentious one, but... You know, because... you know, everyone's got their own opinion on the weight loss drugs and stuff. But I think the end goal should be to come off it, really. It's just some people I feel like are probably going to end up staying on it for life. Shut up, Goofy. Says the person just coming into a random live stream and just saying some random shit. Well, if nobody cares about my opinion, then nobody would watch, then would they? Weight loss was a side effect from Ozempic. Yeah, it was actually originally about diabetes control, basically. What a clown. I mean, it says more about you, really, doesn't it? Yeah, diabetics, yeah, they were finding that it can actually benefit them. Has anyone seen that South Park episode called The End of Obesity? That was quite a funny one. Anyways, is anyone gonna watch Wonder Man tomorrow on Disney Plus? Trevor Slattery is back. I don't know, Scouser in the MCU, I don't know who that is. It still is, it's not allowed to be given out unless they have diabetes. So how is it that, well, there's this thing called Manjaro or something, and people using that for weight loss. I mean, if people absolutely need it, then it's like, okay. If you've tried everything else, but I think people should be encouraged to try everything first. It's like, if nothing's works, then okay. But I think it's important to try and focus more on lifestyle intervention, focusing on moving your body more, because this is all going to be good for you, not just mentally, not just physically, but also mentally as well. Because if you're just going to take an appetite suppressor that's just going to end up, you know, slowing your metabolism down even more or something, and is that really a good thing? Just end up with crashed metabolism where you just end up, yeah. So I don't know, like, exactly whether it could affect your energy levels. I mean, it depends. I guess you could say, well, it's a balance thing where, because once you lose the weight, then your energy stabilizes or something, and generics are way cheaper. Yeah, I was talking about this the other day about how patents are just, it shouldn't be a thing because it's a way of just ripping people off. You've got things like insulin in America, and I think a lot of the problem comes down to patents and stuff. And someone was saying about how once they get generics out, then it's going to be a lot cheaper for people to get access to insulin shots and stuff, because it's going to be on the free market and they can compete. They have created a separate version for weight loss to keep Ozempic specifically for diabetes sufferers. We just need smaller portions on a 5 a day, and we might combat weight loss and diabetes. I think people should probably look at, increasing fiber and things like that. Fiber actually can have similar effects to some of these weight loss drugs. So if you could increase your dietary fiber intake, that acts as a GLP agonist, because you put in all this, like, you know, volume into your body that kind of triggers it to say, okay, we're full now, we don't want to eat anymore, kind of thing. Once it fills up your stomach, then it sends a signal to the brain, you're full. I think protein to some degree has this effect as well. So yeah, protein and fiber. So increasing those things are probably going to be good for managing appetite. Okay. Manjaro. Exactly the same thing, just a different name. Yeah, no. Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, if you pay for it. Yeah, aren't they quite expensive, some of these things as well? I just feel like it's just a big con to me, personally. They're just trying to get people on these subscriptions, get people on the TRT subscriptions, you know? Oh, you're feeling like shit, you feel like weak and whatever. Oh, maybe you have low testosterone. So what they do is they measure your testosterone at a certain time, and then if it's a little bit below normal, then it's like, they'll just get you on the TRT, but they don't, a lot of them won't be like, okay, what's your sleep like? Are you sleeping enough? Oh, if you're not sleeping enough, then maybe try and sleep more. Maybe that will help you with testosterone, because low sleep can massively affect testosterone. Another thing is stress levels. Another thing is if you excessively consume alcohol. That's another thing as well. So there's a lot people can probably do to increase their testosterone so that they feel better, they can recover better, they can, you know what I mean? But they'll just give you these injections that are just going to put a band-aid over the problem. Yeah, I'm not fat. Who's saying about fat? I wouldn't want to be doing all that, so yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't need to be taking any of that stuff. Imagine going to a dealer for sugar, lol. It's actually one of the first addictions we force on kids without realizing. Yeah, exactly. People should probably stop, feeding them sugar as a treat. Maybe give them fruit. Fruit's going to be a good one. Give them a banana. Give them a... I know some people say bananas are not that good, but I think bananas are good if you just take it before doing some exercise. Have some, have some strawberries, some apples, some grapes, stuff like that, Just get them some fruit. Give them that, Give them a fruit salad or something. Yeah, it's a different type of sugar. I mean, it's different when it's fruit, though. Like, I've have this argument with people, but fruit's good for you. It's, if you have, as long as you don't overeat it and, yeah. No, but it's like, fruit's good. We're actually frugivores. We're supposed to eat fruit. I don't care what anybody says. We are a frugivorous species. Go look at our anatomy. We are frugivorous. So I'm not arguing with people. I'm just saying we're meant to eat fruit. Fruit is one of the most. In fact, you argue it's one of the fruits that's meant to be eaten because it's a reproductive part of the plant. We're supposed to eat it. I mean, yeah, whatever. Right, I'm gonna restart the live, guys, I think, and I'll be back in a minute.